Hey everybody, Car Dreamer here, coming at you on behalf of D-Class and all things D-Class related. And today, I have with me a very special guest.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I guess I would call myself demi-human. That's what you can call me. Um, and I appreciate Card Dreamer for having me on here. And I'm ready to get into what we're going to talk about.
I'm glad the rest of the conversation is going to be serious because he doesn't even know. He's not sure he's demi-human. He just said, I guess I'm going to call myself. He doesn't even know what to call himself. Good luck to the rest of you. So,
Wait a minute, my insecurities, man. Jeez.
all right. But in all seriousness, we do have a serious topic to discuss on D-Class, which is rare. In fact, it never happens. But yeah, this one's big. This is about global ecological destruction, manipulation, deceit through trusted peers. It's a heavy topic. It's about animal abuse. I mean, I don't know. You're like, what does this have to do with D class? This should be on derailed, but it's because there's some sick individuals that want to make this into a video game, or that have made this into a video game, I should say, and it really needs to come to light. So, having said that, we're going to discuss Pokemon. uh, if you guys really were taking me serious for that half a minute, then my job is done.
I was trying so hard.
I mean, but all kidding aside, everything I said is true from a certain point of view. Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'm telling you, he was a genius when he said that. I don't care. Everything, many of the truths we cling to rely greatly upon our own point of view. That's what he said. That's what he told Luke in Return of the Jedi, and he was freaking right.
That's full class rating there, though. I give you that. It's a fact. It's the truth. There's no denying that.
I, so, why am I singling out Pokemon? Why have I thrown these heavy accusations at a beloved franchise by kids and adults who still live in their basements acting like kids? Which includes me, to be fair, so I'm really not insulting anybody. This includes me. I have Pokemon Sword and Shield. I have quite a bit of the Pokemon game. I actually do like the games, so don't take anything I'm saying. This is so I'm going to put a big warning now that all the joking is aside, at least as far as the intro goes. This is a satirical conversation and discussion. None of this should be taken too seriously. I mean, I'm not saying put the tinfoil away. You might still have to make the hat, but just be cautious.
Oh, I've got rolls of tinfoil ready.
Well, that's good because you work in the tech department. That's all I'm saying.
It's the secret behind how I fix everything. I literally just wrap it in tinfoil.
It's. I'm just saying. I mean, I've seen that area, man. The radiation alone, you need some kind of protection,
Oh my!
or or at least some way to like wrap up and bake like a potato. I mean, whichever works. But all right, so today, like I said, we're gonna discuss Pokemon, and this game is evil. This game, like this franchise, it's not just a game. The franchise is evil, and and I really feel like it should be addressed because almost nobody talks about any aspect of it except for one, and that's the animal. We'll get that part out of the way. What's up with celebrating the cockfights or the dog fights, whatever you want to call them? What is up with people enjoying making the animals fight? What's up?
Well, I mean, like, okay, and to be fair, also uh we've had an extensive conversation on this, so this is a very like small highlight of it. Um, I, I mean, I
Just
guess.
because you think we rehearsed it doesn't mean you know what's going to be said.
Well, no, I have no idea what
You know me.
I'm just saying that, like, I feel like at least the way that I can think about it is there's a I mean in the sense that like a lot of these animals, it's not as if like I guess in terms of like fighting, like illegal fighting of animals, almost like cockfighting. It's not like
Okay,
the
so because it's legal, it must be okay.
no. I'm not
So,
saying that, but what I'm
so
saying is the
that is what you say. You just said, to be fair, at least it's not illegal.
I,
That's how you started your defense. So if the U.S. came out and said tomorrow, hey, it's not illegal to hit your dog with a bat. Hey, it's not illegal. It's cool.
I'm not saying. Okay,
I'm
hold on,
just saying.
dude. Why would you even hit your dog with a bat?
Why
Okay?
would you make it for animal? Why would you go out for fun, and say, you know what? I'm going to make this animal fight yours. Hey, cool beans. Let's wager money on it. And then you celebrate. They celebrate at the end. Even the loser's like, oh, man, you beat me, but I'm going to get better, and I swear to gosh, I'm going to kill your animal next. It's like, what? I
Okay,
mean,
hold on. Two points though. 2 points. One, the animals have powers. I mean, that's a big difference. I mean, like if you've got two animals that are like if you've got two chickens that are fighting against each other and two dogs that are fighting against each other, they don't have any advantages against each other. Whereas like if a Pikachu and a Squirtle are fighting against each other, there's a one can shoot the other one with water, one can electrocute the other one. So I'm just saying that it's not like they're fully disadvantaged here.
but they are. The water's super weak to electricity. You just now basically said it's okay to use a strength to your
I,
advantage to beat an animal even worse.
I'm talking. I'm using fish.
You
Okay,
don't understand.
okay.
You're basically every argument you're trying to make is vouching for animal cruelty. I am shocked that this is the person I have known all this time.
Okay, okay. So fine. Aside from that point, the other point is the fact that it's also fantasy. Obviously,
Oh, so it's a fantasy to abuse the animals.
no. I'm talking about the general universe of Pokemon is a
That
fan.
is irrelevant. That
What?
is irrelevant, sir.
It's very relevant.
How
Other-
much? How
other-
many stories do we tell, whether be it true or not, to our children and to other generations to teach a valuable lesson? So regardless of fantasy or not, it's what it teaches that matters, and it's teaching. You're basically saying it's teaching. It's okay to have animals fight as long as there's an advantage over one or the other.
Okay, hold on. But counterpoint. If you found a wild Pikachu right now, you're telling me you would just let it stay in your house? That's it?
I mean, I'd put it on a hamster wheel and hook it up to the power so I can get free power. I'm not dumb, but I'm not going to have it go out there and fight poor animals. I mean, that's just mean.
Wait a minute. How is that any better if you're gonna use this thing to
Because
just
I'm giving them home, I'm feeding them, I'm not torturing. I just said I'd hook them up to the power. I didn't say I would do it cruelty. I didn't say I'd wire them up like a freaking Frankenstein or something. He's not a Terminator. I don't understand.
why did you just compare Pokemon to Terminator?
Well, because I'm hooking him up to power. I don't know. It's not like I'm going to throw him at 88 miles an hour, hope he passes a clock tower and gets struck by lightning. I'm just saying.
Wait, hold on. Whoa. 88 miles per hour. How are you throwing anything at 88 miles?
Are you trying to say I can't do it?
I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just trying to figure out how. That's
Yeah. I
impressive.
think the how is really relevant here. I think you're missing the bigger picture here. It's trying
That's
too
how
busy.
very relevant.
You're not seeing the whole puzzle through the pieces. I'm just saying.
Okay, so help me figure out this concept before we keep going on with this point because I'm very stuck on this. This is a very interesting concept that I don't think I can wrap my head around yet.
We don't have to worry. We don't have to. The point that you made and that I'm trying to argue against is that I would not be cruel to my Pikachu and make it fight other animals. I wouldn't be cruel to other animals by making it clearly fight an animal that could beat their butts. Squirrels can't even walk across a power line without falling dead from electricity. Why would I have them fight a Pikachu?
First of all, why is the Squirtle walking across a power line?
Have you never seen it? Not a Squirtle, a squirrel.
Oh, a squirrel. I thought you said a Squirtle. Okay, that's
No,
very different.
squirrel.
Different.
I'm
Wait,
just.
hold on. Side note: was there ever a Pokemon that they made that was meant to be a squirrel?
To be fair, I lost track after like 400. I don't remember.
Fair enough.
I honestly don't even know what the new ones are. There very well could be a squirrel Pokemon. I actually think there is now that I think about it, but I can't remember.
Either
But
way, I was gonna say
it's also relevant. It doesn't matter what kind of what the Pokemon animal is.
Yep.
We shouldn't be forcing them to fight. It's cruelty. It's cruelty. And before anybody brings it up, don't give me this fainting BS. It's okay. They just faint. So if I beat you until unconsciousness, as long as you don't die, it's okay. You just fainted. Is what you're telling me.
Well, I mean, but to be fair, let's look at this again from a legality standpoint.
Okay, so let's bring the law. Okay, go ahead. Because that with today's culture and today's world, I don't think we should bring in how the legality of beatings going on, because they're happening, legal or not.
Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So this is the only point I'm gonna make. From a comparative standpoint, would you rather somebody?
That's a totally different game and show, man. The would you rather thing, that's a totally different game and show.
Okay. Okay, I'm just saying, would you rather a situation where your fantasy animal is fought with until the point that it passes out, or until the point where it dies? Because there's a very big difference there.
But there isn't, and actually that's the next point. And by the way, yes, there is a squirrel Pokemon called Pachirisu. I can't even pronounce it right, but I forgot about him. Yes, I do remember him.
I will look this up.
But they are dying. See, that's it though. That's just it. They are dying in that game. The very first Pokemon, and it's been reiterated since, the very first Pokemon game introduces the Pokemon Tower, which is haunted by Gengars, which we find out are just a spirit of dead Pokemon. You even fight in current Let's Go Pikachu, which is a pseudo remake of the first game. The whole Marowak, the Marowak's mom who died, and the Marowak was mourning for it, and you fight that you're forcing them to fight so much that they're passing out so many times that they finally just die from it.
Okay, but to be fair though, they don't.
You just said death is fair because you make them fight. That's what you just said.
No. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we also don't get a full explanation of what is it that causes these Pokemon to die. So the Gengars are the spirits of dead Pokemon.
It's certainly not old age. None of them get that chance.
You never know that, though. They don't explain it. It's what I'm saying.
Name one old Pokemon that you've seen between the shows and the movies. Name an old Pokemon.
The legendary Pokemon are old Pokemon.
No. Old as in age, not old, because in a more, age is a relative term depending on what their lifespan could be. Just because they could be 100 years old, but if they live to be 1,000, 100 is nothing.
But again, that's the whole thing about fantasy. We're talking about, they've got, ancient Pokemon that are still alive, and then they've got Gengars that are literally just
They've established that the legendary Pokemon breed just the same as the regular one. There was an episode that dealt with the baby Lugia.
I understand that. I do. But again, if there are certain Pokemon that can last that long, we don't know what the determining factor as to what causes the other ones to die.
Being beaten to death.
Yeah, You're telling me a Lugia's never fought? They've probably fought hundreds, if not thousands,
No,
of Pokemon.
I'm not saying that the legendaries get to live to a ripe old age. You got everybody who's being taught catch them all. They're probably dying just trying to freaking live a peaceful life.
Okay,
They're
but
giving birth. They're giving birth on the run because someone's throwing a freaking ball at their head.
they're giving birth on the
On the run, on the run. Oh, I'm pregnant. Give it push. I can't. There's a kid throwing a ball at me. We gotta go. I mean, that's basically what the animal's thinking.
Well, you're just telling them to hold it, so they got to run and just hold it, so they can't just give birth.
Just once. All I'm saying is just once. I would like to see some kid little punk trainer throw the ball at the Pokemon and him go just turn to the kid and Lugia uses an arrow blast right on the kid. Boom, through a tree. The kid is head first through a tree. Done. Then he's going to be like, all right, now I'm going back to giving birth. You wait your turn. I'm just saying. These Pokemon, I don't even get why the Pokemon don't defend themselves. This is what I don't understand. I mean, yes. Actually, a little bit they do, because if they're fighting, if they show them in the show, and he uses a Pokemon to weaken it. That's what's really funny. Let me cripple this thing. It's okay. We need to cripple it first so it's weak and can't hobble away. They throw the ball at the poor creature, capture it, and then he's happy. He doesn't even immediately go to a hospital to get it fixed. Like, oh man, look what I did to this thing. It's just like not keeping the ball. Look what I got. Yeah, booyah, pow. I mean, what is wrong with these people? And just what? Why doesn't the Pokemon? Here's what I don't get. The Pokemon. Okay, so we'll use Ash as an example because I'm getting tired of saying a random trainer. Ash is like, Pikachu, I need you to weaken this thing just to make sure it's crippled. It's a Caterpie. I don't know what it could possibly do to me, but hey, weaken it. Shoot it with a lightning bolt. That's not a little overkill, but do it for me, please. And then instead, and the Pokemon or whatever sits there and goes, oh, well, he's the one who wants to throw the ball at me and capture me, but let me fight the Pikachu. No, they should avoid Pikachu or ignore him and hit Ash. Boom, problem solved. Pikachu's not going to do anything if he's not given a command, apparently.
Well, yeah, I feel like, but I feel like that's more, that leans more onto the training of the Pokemon that I'm personally not a fan of. The fact that that at that point you know for a fact that that in order for it to just randomly not even just fight someone but to just attack against its will is okay, well, now this thing is being held hostage. At that point you haven't you know without a shadow of a doubt that it's just okay, I mean, it's not, I was going to say, it's not even like we're really seeing them get fed either. So it's just okay, so they may get fed, but
well, no, to be fair, I have seen, at least in the show, Ash feed the Pokemon and actually feed them like real people food, not just the Pokemon crap. So I will give Ash that part.
Well, but is real people food ideal for a Pokemon?
Well, I mean, is captivity really ideal for a Pokemon? That's not nitpick here.
I mean, that's obviously that's a part of the deeper conversation.
It's not like there's wild growing poke food out there. They eat the normal they eat nature, plants, fruits, vegetables, just like the people do.
I mean, I don't think the people are out there eating fruits. Otherwise,
Brock makes stews all the time in the show.
To be fair, Brock can barely see. I don't know if I would trust anything that he makes.
This is true. Okay, that's a valid point. You've had one this whole conversation.
That's my first valid point.
So that just means Misty and Ash are both suicidal because they just guzzled that every single one. And I don't blame the Pokemon for eating it because they don't want to go on like this.
Yeah, I mean, at that point they'll just eat anything.
But I don't understand why we're taking pleasure in this show that abuses animals before and after they're captured. We have to cripple them just to throw a ball at their head to capture them. Then we force them to do all our dirty work. I don't want to have to fight the Pokemon. I want to enslave people. I want to enslave the world and other Pokemon, but I don't want to do the work. Why don't you go out there and take all the hits for me? Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Come on. I don't understand. What kind of messed up? He's a dictator. That's what it comes down to. Everybody's a little dictator. That's what they're striving for, to be the very best dictator they can be.
Well, I mean, on a broader argument, couldn't you argue that isn't that what everyone's doing?
I mean, no. See, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless they're part of a team. See, look at that beautiful segue. So Team Rocket are the only honest ones in the game because at least they work together and admit what their cause is. They admit it. Yeah, we're doing this. We're not the bad. At least we're openly admitted. They are the good guys, or at least the anti-heroes. They're not bad guys, but they may not be good guys. They're just being honest. They're being real. They're like, okay, we're capturing these animals. We're running tests on them because, hey, we don't understand. And you know why they're running the tests? Actually, that's why they are heroes. They're running tests because they know Professor Oak is the real evil villain. They know he can't be trusted. He knows something, and he's trying to withhold that information from the world. Team Rocket just wants to, like, free enterprise, man. Hey, I just want to know. Put it out there.
Okay. So going into the whole argument, or I guess the whole point of the anti-heroes, I mean, are we to assume that Team Rocket is the only set of anti-heroes? Because
Oh, no.
so the theory of Professor Oak, and is Professor Oak like the villain of all villains, or is he an anti-hero as well?
Oh, no, he's the villain of all villains. But no, there are other teams, evil teams that, quote unquote evil, that you've come across throughout the generations of the games. Yeah,
Sure.
there have been others besides Team Rocket who's all had the same goal. And that's fine. But no, Professor Oak is the evil of all evils because all the other professors that you've worked under, that other trainers have worked under in the generational games,
Mm.
all have to get. It all boils back to Oak. He's still the leader. He's the one who invented the Pokédex. So every research that all these other professors are having you do using these new Pokédex, it's just Professor Oak spreading the love. Like, look, I'm just updating the propaganda. Please pass it along. That's all he's doing. Professor Oak is the leader of this little professor cult going on in this game.
Professor Cole.
It's a professor cult.
Okay, but
And why do you think he's only working with children too?
oh God, no,
saying.
we're not gonna do that. We're not
No,
gonna.
no, we are. We're going to discuss the fact that because they're gullible. They're gullible and they're manipulative. They're malleable. He knows that they're going to feed they're just going to absorb like a sponge any of that gobbledygook crap that he feeds them. Because they're all happy to just go out there and beat the animals. Literally. Not even figuratively, just literally. They're go out there, okay, like, yeah, I want to go out there and beat this animal. I'm going to capture it until I can beat more. And the professor's like, excellent. Like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, excellent. I mean, he's just sitting back like, you do that. And then more, Professor Oak, at least according to the show, because Ash sends all his Pokemon he's not using back to the professor. Professor's stockpiling his own army. And he's using the kids to do it.
But okay, hold on. How many Pokemon does he have in rotation? Because he's got the Pokédex, which has the full archives of them, but we don't know how many he has personally. You know what I mean?
I think Ash only keeps 6 on him.
Well, no, not Ash. I'm talking about Professor Oak.
Oh, Professor Oak. But see, that's the beauty of it. See, they invented this whole despicable, sick, twisted technology where they could just store these poor animals in a computer until he wants to deal with them. That's what's say. He can have hundreds of thousands of Pokemon on an itty bitty hard drive.
He just keeps going. Wait, hold on. But can't we even go off of that though? How is he just keeping them like that? Like that's not.
The same way they keep them in a ball. I don't understand the technology. I just have to know what it's doing, not how it does it.
But that's important, isn't it? Like, what do you think?
Is it important to know how a gun works, or the fact that someone just shot you with a bullet? I mean, where's your priorities, man?
Okay, but again, this is it's different when I'm not the one being shot. So
Oh, it's different, so we have time to let the thing bleed out and analyze. Got it.
isn't that what the job of CSIs are? They're not the ones who got shot, so they investigate.
CSI only comes in after someone's dead. That's the problem. I'm arguing the fact that we should not be abusing these animals for them to die, and you're like, let them die. We'll figure it out later.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you just did because you said that's the point of CSIs.
I'm talking about that's the point of CSIs in general.
Are there CSI? Because all I've seen is one police officer, and that's Jenny. That's all I've ever seen in all of Pokemon. One freaking police officer, and it was Jenny. And she's busy, like, flaunting her leg to Brock, who can't keep his jaw off the ground. So it's like...
I mean, Brock is a whole nother conversation. Let's be honest. He's a blind guy who manages to be able to.
He gets his joy with his Jenny. I get it. Look, this show's there's a lot of innuendo going on in this show too. I'm not afraid to address that either.
I mean, I'm just saying again, this whole thing about Brock. How can he manage to flirt with Jenny like that if he can barely see anything? Is he
because
faking?
Everybody's attractive if you can't see them.
Is he faking his blindness?
Who says he's faking anything? He just say, "Hey, I can get more if I'm not picky. I'm not picky if I can't see." He's got it all. I'm telling you, the man's ahead of his time.
Is that what we're gonna call it? He's ahead of his time.
He's ahead of his time. That's the only good thing to come out of Pokemon is to show, hey, don't be picky and judgmental. You can get it all if you just close your eyes.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, Brock had it right. But no, we're not going to glorify one good aspect when this whole franchise is built on torture, lies, and deceit, and corruption, and destruction, and other shuns that I'll think of the words for later. I mean, I'm just saying you're laughing, but I'm just saying no. It's as much as I respect the Tony Stark of Pokemon. Okay.
The Tony Stark of
not technology-wise, but when it comes to the whole plan, the Playboy aspect of it, he's got it on live. He's getting his nurse. He's getting in some joy with the nurse, and see what I did. And yeah, he's got Jenny's number. I mean, we all know where he found it, but she don't seem to mind because she hands out her Squirtle anytime she can. Every Pokemon game, she's just giving away her Squirtle. I'm just saying, there's some. It's almost not innuendo. It's just almost literal.
It's just literal now at this point.
Well, I mean, she does literally give you her Squirtle.
Wow.
She does. You just go right up to this attractive one cop and all of the freaking Pokemon Island you're on, and she's just like, "Hey, want my Squirtle?" And obviously, Brock would be like, "Hell yeah."
Brock has to say it exactly how you just said it. Exactly how you just said it. Otherwise, it doesn't come across the same way.
Yeah.
You want my Squirtle? I mean,
hell yeah. I mean, if he said it like Austin Powers, I'd be all right too.
No.
I don't understand. I mean, I can give him that kind of props.
If Michael Myers decided that he was gonna
call him Mike Myers because you say the full name.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, when that came out, that was I can hear that. If Mike Myers decided to Brock, I don't even know how. I don't think I could watch Pokemon anymore. Either that, or I would watch Pokemon all the time.
You have to watch Pokemon, but put on just the audio track for Austin Powers and let them sync up. But we're getting off track. We're getting off track. We're trying to make Pokemon cool, and this is serious, people. We're abusing animals till they die. We're having them fight our battles just for what? Global domination. And don't tell me it's not. Don't tell me that like Ash is kind to his people. No, Ash is the most gullible piece of crap in the entire freaking Pokemon multiverse. Okay?
Wait, okay. So we're calling him gullible though, as opposed to like
all of Professor Oak's propaganda. All of it. And he is excited to do it. I have never seen a boy lose for 17 years and be excited to keep on trucking.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair point.
It's an accurate description. That man has lost for 17 years up until recently.
And he's gonna be like, I'm still gonna be the best. It's like, bro, you've literally
you can never be the best.
You're never going to do that.
Every year it took for you to finally get here. Okay, and you're all probably wondering why I'm calling Professor Oak the king of all these things. So let's break that down for you. Okay, so Professor Oak is the inventor of the Pokédex. He had to program its AI. He had to do all these things. He has to have some idea of the lore. Because there's no way this Pokemon is getting some genetic history off these Pokemon over a scan. I don't go to the doctor and get an X-ray, and all of a sudden they know my entire family lineage. They don't know I come from Italy 3-4 generations ago and know that I like to lay in bed and drink Mountain Dew. Okay, depending on the doctor I go to, he might know that. But I'm just saying, like, a general doctor just isn't going to know that by giving me an X-ray, okay? They got to divulge information. So Professor Oak has programmed this lore. He's done some studying before any of this Pokemon. He knows. So you have the one for Mew. See, Mew is the catalyst for the whole deceit. But nobody knows this because Mew is such a rare Pokemon, if not the rarest Pokemon, that it's like who's going to scan them to ever figure out this deceit? Nobody. Ash tried once and he got killed. So it is, he's just not going to remember. Mewtwo erases memory from that. So, I mean, the lore for Mew in every generation of the game is that he contains the DNA of all Pokemon, which is impossible because some of them are man-made Pokemon. Man-made. I'm looking at you, Porygon, and Porygon 2. Don't ask me how I'm just saying. He went from potential AI to Skynet. We somehow made him evolve. But that's not the point. The point is he's man-made. So how does Mew have the DNA of something that didn't exist till after the fact? Explain that to me. Explain. You can't because it's a lie. Why is Professor Oak lying? What deep, dark secret does he have that the world cannot know that he's got to start putting out this subterfuge? Tell me. Go ahead. Your turn. Go.
I have nothing on this. This just sounds like a giant conspiracy theory to me. Though there is some validity in it. I mean, I will say that.
Some shit going on right here.
It's wild when you really think about it. And again, this is very separate from the whole idea of this whole chain of animal abuse, but yeah, no, it's a very wild concept that I don't even know if I can try to verbalize where you can reason it out, because there's a lot of unanswered questions in here that they sort of just expect you to just accept with no questions. So,
and I want to understand, when did it become obsessed with global domination via Pokemon? Because ancient Pokemon, I don't think there was none of this technology for Pokeballs. Okay, there was no Pokemon stations where you can go to and just heal up. There were no computers to store them in. So it's only recent that relatively recent in the grand scale of time that this technology has come about, that these plants and mechanicians have started turning. What is going on? And I would have to say, this, I don't know. That Professor Oak was involved from a kid. If you look at Pokemon 4, he was there with Suicune and Celebi, and he was already got that wheels turning. Professor Oak, we've seen his library. We know he kept on a handle on all his stuff, his notes from childhood. Nah, he's the leader.
He's the leader?
Oh, he's the leader of this whole freaking lab coat cult. It's a cult because he's got everybody brainwashed and they don't even know it.
Okay,
And it's not even the kid. Here's the brilliant part. The brilliant part. I gotta give him props. He's got to be the most evil villain of all time. Any comic, any universe, it doesn't matter. He's the most evil because not only was he smart enough to go after the children to get them because he knows they're gullible and will just go out there to do it happily. He's got the parents just giving away money to fuel it. They're just going, hey, son, you're going to go out and be a Pokemon trainer and abuse animals and just destroy and wreak havoc with them? Well, here's a few $100. Why don't you go out there and have fun? Gamble it. The parents are letting their kids gamble. They're encouraging it. So that's just not that you're just teaching. They're not talking about it. They're saying, you know what, son? I approve of any future addictions you may have coming from these bad habits. Here's some money.
God.
And they don't even have Ash's mom doesn't even have a real job. None of these adults ever go to almost none of the adults that go to work. I know there's some shops, so give props to the people who are actually working. But Ash's mom ain't going anywhere, so where she's getting this money, it has to be coming in when Ash ain't home. If you know what I'm saying. There ain't no dad around, so Ash came out of a mishap. Is all there's my theory.
Your conspiracy theory knows no bounds.
Because there are no bounds with Pokemon. That's the scary part. There are no bounds. Y'all think I'm joking, but I'm telling you, you're all going to start thinking about this when you don't want to, and you're going to go, damn, if that don't make some sense. Now, what you do to yourself afterwards to forget you ever had that thought, if you drink heavy, drive off into a tree, I'm sorry, but that's not my fault.
Wow. Oh my God.
You have to face reality in that Pokemon is a brainwashing, manipulative, corruptive entity of a franchise. And why? And it's in there. It's in. You have to be the best. Why? And how do you be the best? You have to catch them all. Well, what am I going to catch them all for? Huh? Global domination. You need the power. Why do you think they invented the gym badge? They invented the gym badge, what, to beat the leader? No, because the Pokemon won't listen. You need authority. You need to have them. You need to pull a Cartman on these Pokemon like, respect my authority. I'm just saying. There's a reason that there's these chain of commands. There's these levels of commands that even the Pokemon are recognizing. Pokemon aren't stupid. From the first movie, from the shows, they're showing that Pokemon have a moral compass, that they have a point of consensus with each other where they know when to get together. And there's a reason these Pokemon go ways so easily with their owner. This is why I didn't even understand the point of Pokemon 4 with the Dark Ball. Oh, they're corrupting the Pokemon. No, they're not. The Pokemon have done whatever you told them to do anyway. I didn't even understand that. Team Rocket, according to the show, is evil, but the Pokemon don't seem to object. They easily side with Team Rocket. Not one of them seems to fight back. Not one of them looks abused. Nothing. They willingly do it. So what did you need a Dark Ball for?
So this further goes on to the whole idea of Team Rocket being the anti-heroes if even their Pokemon that they're using to fight are doing so willingly.
They are doing it willingly. Every Pokemon is fighting willingly because they know. It's funny because they try to put these moral lessons in there about, we have to we've talked about this. This all feeds into the legendary Pokemon. You're supposed to catch them all. The theme song doesn't say you got to catch all but the legendary. Leave them alone. There are no exceptions to the rule. The Pokemon says catch them all. Damn it.
That's true.
And yet the second Pokemon, or the second movie, Pokemon 2000, when that guy started catching the birds, Ash got all pissy and jealous. He's like, "Oh no, we can't do that. We have to balance. You'll disrupt the ecosystem. The ecology and the ecosystem. You can't capture them. They have to be free." Why? No. He was jealous, people. Ash was jealous because he was being a whiny little brat. Because he wasn't there first. He's not the best. That was the first time he got smacked with it in the head. He was not the best.
Well, I mean, we can also go back to the fact that if we look at his so-called winning streak anyway, he was never the best. He was just delusional.
Which is, yes, but that's the whole point of being a kid. To be delusional. You have that right as a kid. I don't begrudge him that. This was just the first time he got smacked so hard that he was able to snap out of it.
Well, wait, hold on. Because I just had a thought. So, wait, say the last thing you said again.
That a kid is allowed to be delusional in the
There we go.
Okay.
So I was going to say, if in that case, can we make the argument that that is the reason why they refuse to actually have Ash age?
No. He's age. Okay. I don't care what you're saying. He's aging just because he goes through plastic surgery between seasons. Okay, we're not pulling some Bart Simpson crap with this. No, that kid's aging. He obviously went through puberty because the voice changed, and don't blame that on an actor.
So we're just wait. So we're saying that instead of blaming it on the actor, we're literally just going to say he's been having plastic surgery.
He has to have plastic surgery. All the times Pikachu has zapped him and he survived, he's got to be made of some kind of plastic and rubber in order to live. He's got to have some insulation going on.
Oh my god!
Just medically speaking, there's just no way he's going to live. I mean, it's just scientific fact. I'm just saying. So either they want you to catch them all in order to destroy the ecosystem and therefore the world, to make it ripe for domination by whatever villain Oak is there, or they're just all idiots. You either catch them all, or you make up an excuse like, "Oh no, the ecology is just being used. The ecosystem, I can't talk. The ecosystem is being used as an excuse for your skills not being up to par to even catch the legendary."
Oh well, I mean, let's be honest. We could all say that he's not skilled enough to catch a legendary Pokemon.
Other than Pokemon 2000, I don't even know if I can remember. Now, granted, I haven't seen all the movies, and I don't. And I haven't played every single game, but I've played quite a few games, and I've seen at least the first four movies. Other than the one villain in Pokemon 2000, I can't even name one person who even threw a ball at a legendary Pokemon. Something's wrong. Either nobody's paying attention to the theme song, or somebody's going, wait a minute. Somebody's trying to, the back of their brain's going, something's not right. Like, wait a minute, what is up with the ecology? Why are we doing? But they're not smart enough to follow through.
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, are we assuming that?
Oh, there's no assumptions, buddy. It's all there.
Well, no, but the thing is, are we to assume that this whole idea of catching them all applies to everyone or to just Ash? Because I've always assumed that it just applied to Ash.
No, it applies to everybody. You can't be the greatest Pokemon trainer in the world and have one Pokemon. What do you have to even test? What do you have to back you up on that? I'm the greatest Pokemon trainer of all time. You trained one Pokemon. Where's the real test of skill? That was dumb luck as far as I'm concerned. Do it again.
But again, that goes back to the point of the theme song. Like, I think personally, this whole idea of being the very best is literally just is more geared towards Ash than anybody else.
But it's not, because you technically don't play as Ash in the games. Even though Ash is a pickable name in the first in Red, Blue, and Yellow, it is actually not technically Ash. It is Red, and there is another series based on him. And the thing is, it is to be the best. That's the only way you can be the best, is to continually do it. Doing it one time does not make you the best. That means you just stopped while you were ahead.
True, but you have to think about it like this. You're thinking about these, what they're doing in terms of, like, at least with the games, like, they're basing that off of Ash, are they not?
No, the games came first, then the show. I think. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I thought the game came first.
I'm not sure, actually. Okay, so then we're gonna have to put a stamp on that, because we don't know that. There's a slight informational gap there. So I guess once we figure that out, then we'll be able to figure out how.
First gen games came out in 1996. Okay, first gen games came out in. The show didn't come until 1997, so a year later.
Okay.
So the game came first, and it was all about gotta catch them all. That's how you know you're the best. You catch them all. And why are you going to catch them all? So Professor Oak can build his army and destroy the ecosystem.
Okay.
Because you're just sending them all. You only can carry 6 on you at a time. Don't ask me why. Your balls shrink down to the size of nickels. But hey, whatever. You can only carry 6 at a time. Maybe that's symbolic for the fact that. I'm just saying your balls shrink, and it has nothing to do. This isn't my look. Hey, it happens on the show all the time. The game may not go into the detail.
Oh, geez.
But it happens on the show. They show Ash's balls shrinking on the show, and it's not. Maybe it's symbolic. Maybe he's realizing that, hey, I still got a long way to go. I don't understand. Maybe he realizes that he doesn't have the cojones he thought he did. It's symbolic. There you go. Another mystery solved.
I honestly thought I was gonna get through this entire thing without laughing so hard that I started tearing up, but that got me. I'm not even gonna. All sorts of nickel.
Well, they do. The Pokeballs actually shrink. And think about it. There's more symbolism here. This is not a show for kids. You have professors in trench coats who only surround themselves with kids. We know what Ash's mom's doing to earn money. That's what probably most of the parents are doing to earn money, because they're just freely giving your kids a couple. I've never given a preteen kid a bunch of money and said, hey, go have fun out in the world. Make sure to talk to the old man in the trench coat. Or lab coat. Well, sorry, a lab coat's just a white trench coat. Sorry, people. But there's some serious issues. And then the Pokeball, you got symbolism with the Pokeballs. They only get bigger when they're held in held in their hands. Something's not right here. You have to hold them to make them bigger. And then you have the whole issue with Brock. This is getting pretty. This show is not appropriately rated.
They're not gonna start changing the rating now, though.
You're right. Why bother now? 20 years later.
Yeah, they're not. They've already ruined enough of our lives, so it's not gonna. It's not.
But everybody buys into it. Nobody sees this for what it is, and it's teaching kids to abuse animals, destroy the ecosystem, and it's okay because you're being the best.
But again, this is the whole idea of fantasy.
How many kids have broken their arms because they wanted to put a towel around their neck, jump off the roof, and because they think they're Superman? Fantasy has an influence.
Oh, I agree. I literally. as a kid used to run around with my jacket tied around my neck to pretend like I was Superman. I get it. I get that fantasy has influence, but again, like, are we going to then make the claim? And this is going to be a very large claim. Are we going to make a claim and say that the correlation between illegal animal fighting is also correlated with Pokemon? Can we say that?
All I'm saying is, yes, actually, you can say they are directly correlated, but in the reverse order. No, I'm not saying Pokemon influenced the animal fighting originally. People are sick, twisted people. Okay, we're human beings. It happens. It happens. It happens. It's even in the Bible. That's why we have good versus evil. Some of us just suck. It's there. Get over it.
Well, I
So,
mean,
but
so
yeah, somebody invented animal fighting. Sure, they did animal fighting. We declared it illegal. So, those people are like, well, we have ways to combat this. They said, you want to make it illegal? We will create it. We will create enough followers where we can make it illegal. They're going to pull Emperor Palpatine. I will make it legal. And then they're going to go, a la Star Wars 1. And then they're going to go, we'll make a game, and we'll teach these kids. Animal fighting is okay. Boom, Pokemon. And then Pokemon is influencing newer generations all the time. And then, of course, they're growing up to become the adults of today. And we know how stupid today is. So I'm just saying.
Whoa. What?
First off, you proved my point because that took you way too long to object.
Well, no. To be fair,
See, you keep wanting to make everything fair, and you can't. This is not about fair. Life is not fair.
I saw a message, and the second you said it, it took me a second. I heard the words you said, but I had to get my brain back into it.
I know, because your mind is blown. You're like, oh my gosh, he's right. You're just mind blown.
That's not.
I know, it's okay. It's okay. I understand, because these are hard hitting facts, man.
Is this what happens when you're old? You just trash the people that are younger than you?
I mean, you have Trump in office. You have Karens as a thing now. I'm saying this millennial generation has gone downhill. It's only going to get worse with the next generation.
Whoa! How is this? How are you trying to associate the Trump being in office and Karens as being a millennial thing? Karens are not 20, 30 years old. Let's be fair.
They start. I don't think you understand the upbringing of a Karen, but that's a different discussion.
I mean, to be fair, you're right. I don't understand the upbringing of a Karen.
Well, to be fair, I don't 100% understand it either, because I didn't bring up any Karens. So, I mean, just saying. I brought up a kid who's all for global domination and for torturing pretty much anything when it comes to certain things. But
Whoa!
In a video game.
Okay, that's bad. No,
it's not. It really isn't, because the whole point of Pokemon is to show you, is to talk about the real life influences. So I'm telling you, look. Keithani and Ash from this channel, we've already all had discussions in real life. If the zombie apocalypse happens, little CD is going to be the first one to go. We're taking him down, regardless if he's a zombie or not, because he can't be trusted.
Wow.
Oh, I already told him this, and he's okay with it. He understands.
He's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. He understands.
I think he's just a little confident because he has a backup plan to avoid it, which is why we have to double our efforts. But anyway, again, different discussion. But
wait, what's the backup plan?
I don't know. He's not going to share it with me. I'm just his father.
I feel like that's all the reason to share it with you.
No, I'm the one he's making the backup plan against.
Okay, all right.
But all the laughter aside, people. I know we're joking, and you think this is a jovial, great, grand old time, which with me it is. But there's a serious aspect to this. This is serious. Think of the corruption, the diabolical twistedness of this franchise that you all are just so happy to play. And then we're just talking about the main. We're just talking the main aspects, the shows, and the mainline games. Don't even get me started on the ones that I have, like the Pokemon Cooking. Like there's the one that just dropped on Switch, all about them running a restaurant. Excuse me, how does this even pass health inspection? I do not need some hairy mouse shedding in my freaking baked bread and a Gengar shedding its or sliming it.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like something's not right here. You're just letting your Pokemon run amok in your restaurant, and you're not being shut down due to health code violations.
I mean that imagery was enough. To be fair, that's a lot.
It's gross. It's gross. And goodness forbid you come in, you're allergic to animal dander, you sneeze, frighten Pikachu, you're fried. That's it, done. Now you have a whole different type of health issue. And you got a lawsuit in your hands because you opened the restaurant using animals. That's slave labor, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure you're not paying your Pokemon.
But how does one pay their Pokemon?
That's my point. Do you pay your dog? No, you don't, because you don't send it to work.
Yeah.
So, but you're letting your Pokemon run a restaurant. Do you see the problem I'm having here? You threw and abused you abused and crippled the Pokemon, threw a ball at its head, and made it your slave so you could run a business without actually being involved. It was easier than hiring an employee because now you're saving labor costs out the wazoo.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, goodness forbid our place of work gets this idea. This is why, this is probably why there's a no pets allowed sign, because somebody was smart enough to sneak that on the door and said if CEOs got wind of this, we're all out of jobs. You're going to see dogs on the register, cats over in tech, probably some hamsters over in print.
Well, I was going to say I'm almost positive that they would much rather put that money into getting robots to do our jobs instead of animals to do it.
No. See, here's the problem with robots, right? Robots require maintenance. Robots require repair. That requires people. You can't have a robot fix a robot. That's just perverse. So you can't do it. And that's a lot of money. And then even if it doesn't necessarily break down over time, there's upgrades, newer models. You're constantly putting out money. But an animal's an animal every generation. Man, that one dies, pop in the other. That's all right. Go to the dollar store, or not the dollar store. Go to the pet store. Go bring me 2 runny rabbits. So they can work print.
I don't know about that though, because I feel like even in that there's a limitation to what said animals can do depending on what the animal is.
That's why that's why you make sure you design the equipment to accommodate the simpler animals. That way, it's a harmonious circle.
But isn't that a lot in itself? Because then you have to
But you're saving money in the long run because there's no payroll.
True, but wouldn't that? But if you did that in the process of creating the robots, there wouldn't be any payroll for them either. They're not going to ask you for anything. You wouldn't even have to feed them. Think about that.
No, but costs more money to repair a circuit board than it does to go buy a pound of dog food.
But the thing is, how many of these things? But also, you have to think about longevity as
I
well.
think I think we're discussing the wrong aspect of this conversation, how we can run where we work with animals, as opposed to Pokemon being evil here.
It's a slight aside. I'm just saying. My only other point that I was going to make was longevity wise. If you create a robot, chances are you can have this thing run. If you've really put in the time and effort for it, you can have a robot run for the next 20 to 30 years. But
No. Too many upgrades. Because your computer won't last 20 to 30 years, and that's assuming it runs smooth. You'll be so outdated, you still won't have a choice but to keep going for newer and newer models. You just can't keep up.
nobody's structuring a robot the same way that they just make a computer. The computer has a very different purpose besides the robot.
Look, we're off topic because we still haven't discussed, or excuse me, we still haven't come to the real, like the grander scheme of everything. We've covered a lot of ground, but there's still more. There's still more because I don't think we're stopping at world domination when it comes to Pokemon. And I really think the Pokemon are in on it. I'm pretty sure Professor Oak, the Professor Oak cult, and the Pokemon are joined forces. I'm pretty sure it's a 50-50 split in the end. Because I'm pretty sure that the goals of whatever they may be extend beyond the planet. Because Clefairies are not even from Earth. They're from the moon.
Okay, I can understand that, but what do the Pokemon benefit from being in cahoots with Professor Oak?
Oh, nothing, but he's already got them enslaved, so it's okay. But
Oh,
they're doing it willingly. I'm saying Professor Oak is basically the Thanos of Pokemon. Because think about it, he's trying to catch them all. And that's going to include Celebi, who's the master of time. You already have Pokemon who's a master of space, like, time and space. I'm saying, like, you've got Pokemon that are influencers over these huge forces of nature, time, space, and if the legendary birds really do influence the environmental weather of a planet, the poles, then you control the elements as well. You're going universal with this. You're not keeping it to Earth. You're gonna become. He's Thanos. He's gonna rewrite the universe in his image once he gets control of all these elements. Every Pokemon is represented by the Infinity Stones. I just cracked the whole puzzle.
Hold on. That's a big theory there.
No, think about it. Mew would be the Mind Stone
Okay.
because he represents the genetics, supposedly the genetics of all Pokemon, including time, space. So, and he's got psychic abilities.
I can agree with that.
That's the only one we need to worry about. Just the Time Stone is Celebi. Okay. Like, you think this is scary to think about, like the level that Professor Oak is scheming. Like, this is like new, like newsflash revelation during the middle of this conversation. Professor Oak is Thanos. The Pokemon are the gauntlets or the Infinity Stones. He doesn't even need a gauntlet. That's what the Pokeballs are for. He's catch them, boom. He doesn't need the gauntlet. They can roam free and do his will.
And he can keep 6 on his hip.
Shrinking them balls. I mean, he's old. They ain't gonna get too much smaller. But let's not go there. But I'm just saying, like, this is scary to think about. And this is just,
but literally think about that. One Infinity Stone on each finger plus the one in the center.
How do you all miss this?
Hold on a second.
This franchise is 20 years old, and Marvel comes out with a movie, and you think it's a new concept.
I almost called you crazy until it made sense.
See, I told you. You all thought this was a satirical conversation. It's not. This is real. This is real. This is a serious conversation about Pokemon and the evils, and you should not let your kids be watching this or playing this. And quite frankly, none of you should be either.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
I am because I'm taking notes, but that's not the point.
He said I'm doing this for research purposes.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, that's what Professor Oak said, and look what happened. You let Thanos in your backyard, and you're sleeping with Ash's mom.
Wow.
Booyah. Well, then again, she probably liked his Infinity Gauntlet, if you know what I'm saying.
Nope.
And there's a reason she keeps having money to give to Ash. And there's, like, that kid hasn't even written home in 17 years, and you don't see her missing him. She's like, whatever. It's Thanos time. Nope. She's like, why don't you come here and snap your fingers?
I don't even know what that means, but I don't even want to know what that means.
You know what it means. That's the scary part. You don't want to know, but you do know because it's just all coming together now. You're finally seeing the whole puzzle, and you're just like, I see this image. It scares the hell out of me, and I don't want to interpret it, but I'm finally seeing the image.
I will give you this. The Professor Oak being the Thanos of Pokemon is kind of wild when you think about it.
It's right up there. It's right up there what I told you about the Avengers movies in general, or the MCU. But that's a different discussion. There's a lot of different discussions we're going to be having, people.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussions that can be had here.
Anyway, I know this has gone on very long. I was not expecting an hour-long discussion.
Honestly, neither was I. I did not think we were gonna. I didn't think we were gonna be able to go through this in an hour.
See, you all doubt me and my ability to see the hidden truths, and then when we get into it, and you're like, "Holy shit! It's not just drugs. There's a point to this."
He said it's not just drugs. Yeah, I would have at the beginning I would have said most of this was crazy. Now I can at least say that only
once you have a Thanos in the stones, man, anything's possible. Everything else falls into place because you have the stones. Big or small.
Well, I mean, obviously they get smaller the more that you have.
Oh man. And then, oh man, I don't even want to think about where Mewtwo falls into this because that's another man-made Pokemon.
True.
But then again, that's created from the DNA of Mew, so that kind of makes sense. Okay. And then he's playing God. That's another thing. Professor Oak has little underlings that are out there playing God for him, bringing back dead Pokemon from fossils. So now they're under. That's why everybody's okay with the tower. Oh, we can just bury them here because we know we can bring them back.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Another newsflash, people, because I didn't even mention this the times where I talked. This is new. See, I'm telling you, once you got half the puzzle done and you looked at the cover of the box a few times to make sure you got the pieces right, boom. See? Think about it. That's why nobody cares if they kill their Pokemon, because they're just like, couple hundred, we can just go over there and bring them. They'll bring them back to life.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to really reason out and justify the process behind bringing back like purely fossilized Pokemon.
And yet you do it with at least 3. Actually, I think it started out with at least 3 of them, and I think they added more since. And then here's what I want to get. Here's what else what I want to know. So you start bringing – now you're having like zombie Pokemon, for lack of a better way to put it. You're bringing back the dead. They're zombies. Sorry. Get over it. Don't tell me your Pokemon don't drool. They do. Zombies drool. They're zombies. Okay. So, but let's say you're like – you have a Gengar that happens to be the ghost of one of the fossils that you're getting brought back. What happens to the Gengar if you bring it back to life? Or the
Well,
Haunter. I keep saying Gengar, but it's both. Or the Haunter. So I'm kind of curious now. Like, you have this guy, this Haunter, and you're just like, oh, you're Haunter, you're doing so well, but oh, these are your remains, which is creepy in and of itself. You're just carrying the remains of your pet, your Haunter that you abused. Somehow you found a way to abuse a ghost Pokemon too. I haven't even figured that one out yet. You're physically harming a ghost just to capture it. That's how sick and psycho you are.
I mean that's impressive. First and foremost, how did you even manage to do that?
Exactly. It's like you partway said I want to be a Ghostbuster, but you said no. Instead, I just want to hurt ghosts.
We're bringing Ghostbusters into Pokemon now.
Well, why not? Everything we've already got Thanos. It's all possible, man. It's all possible. The Reality Stone, which is see that fits into the Diagra or whatever the name, the dragon Pokemon, the one from Diamond and Pearl. Those two.
Oh,
There you go. There's the Reality Stones.
mm.
Damn, I'm good. Batman ain't got nothing on me. World's greatest detective right here. Yeah. Yeah. Detective Pikachu my ass. Detective Dreamer.
Okay, so we talked about this. Did you ever end up watching that?
No, I still need to get it.
Okay, because part of me thought about it, and I was just like, for the nostalgia, I thought about it, and but then also I had seen a lot of images online of like how they like like really CGI'd a lot of the classic Pokemon to look, and I was like, oh, this looks kind of terrifying.
Actually, I really approve of that because that's how you know they really look. That's another part of the whole conspiracy. Is the company knows what they're preaching, okay? So that's why they use the cartoony looks in these games, so you don't think, oh, he's so cute. It's okay if I hit him with a ball or Thunderbolt. Freaking, but then you see Detective Pikachu, somebody on the inside who's really against all this is like, no, let me show you what they really look like. Let me show you what your nightmares are made out of. This is what the Professor Thanos Oak is going to be doing, okay? And then somehow Deadpool got involved with it because I'm sorry, there's some crossbreeding going on between Pikachu and Deadpool. That's the only explanation for them to sound alike.
That's the only explanation.
That is the only explanation. Those two sound alike. We already know Deadpool has no qualms going beyond human beings, okay? We're not going to talk about the unicorn or the fact that he literally made out and had sex with Lady Death, okay? I mean, he's not above going beyond human beings. There's no reason a Pikachu wasn't involved. If it worked for Quagmire, Deadpool can certainly do it. Quagmire had the gerbil. More than one episode he proved it. Sorry, no. Where's my mic? I'm going to drop it right now.
Yeah, no, that's you could drop your mic there. I have no retorts for that. Zero whatsoever.
Okay, guys, in closing. Seriously, like, you're laughing, but this is evil. Okay, Pokemon's evil. Let's just cut to the chase and call it what it is. Pokemon is evil. Guys, we have to stop this madness. They know what they're doing. And for those of you who are too stupid to act either way, catch on, or even follow through with the grand plan, that's why they invented Pokemon Go. You're not looking where you're going. Boom, there's a car. You're done. You're done. You're done. They have you every which way by the Pokeballs, and you don't even care.
They have you by the Pokeballs.
That's right.
Figurative or literal?
Yes. Yes.
You did not just do. I said figurative or literal, and you said yes.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Guys, stop entertaining this destructive franchise. Stop entertaining animal cruelty and abuse. Stop entertaining physical harm to the afterlife. I mean, seriously. Stop entertaining trenchcoat Thanoses, pimping out Poke Parents. I don't like. Stop entertaining crossbreeding Pikachu Deadpools. The only thing,
as
like,
long as you're doing it for research purposes, you can.
that's how Professor Oak rose to where he is as Thanos. We allowed it for research purposes, and look, we still do, we're finally just beginning to understand what he's trying to hide by having us confused over Mew. Okay? You finally understand the Thanos part. The fact that he's controlling everybody through this infinity gauntlet of Pokemon
is what makes him the Thanos of Pokemon.
Because he's literally going to be in control of all powers. Because we're allowing it. We're just going out there abusing the animals till they die because it's okay. We'll bring them back. We give all our spares to Professor Oak, and we don't even stop there. We don't want to run out because we're not obviously killing enough or abusing enough. Then we force them to have sex in a daycare. That's really creepy when you say it out loud, but hey, that's what you're doing.
Wait, what? Hold on.
There's Poke daycares in the games. You bring your Pokemon there, and they can breed right there in the daycare. That's gross, people. It's gross. And you don't even care. You're paying these people to do it. You're paying these people to pimp your Pokemon with each other. That doesn't even make sense. You're just getting off on the idea.
To pimp your Pokemon.
To pimp with your own Pokemon. That's what I don't get. Something you can just do yourself. Hey, you got 2 balls, just put them together. But no, you're taking them to some old couple off the beaten road who say they're running a daycare, and you're paying them a couple $100 so they can sit there and breed your Pokemon. They're pimping your Pokemon, and you're okay with it because you get off on the idea. It's sick. I mean, it's genius for them, but it's sick.
Oh my god.
You're laughing, but this is true. This is in the game. Ever since they allow intro breeding into the game, which I think was the 2nd generation with Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Diamond. And that's there was breeding in those games, and you just pimped it to every old couple ever since. That's just messed up. So if you're not hurting your Pokemon, you're forcing them to have sex for your pleasure. And then what are you doing? And really, these people don't even care about their Pokemon. This is what I don't get. You catch them all, but as soon as you beat them, right? You're beating these poor Pokemon. And then how many do you find along your travels and go, hey, I'll trade you a Pokemon? Oh, yeah. And then they'll sit there and lie to your face. Oh, he's my favorite. Oh, he's my best friend. You want to trade? What the heck does that say about your best friend? You just wanted to give him away. Like, really? And in order to do it, you have to, again, in order to trade, you have to have one to give back in return. So you got to go out and catch a series of Pokemon for the express purpose of beating them to give to somebody else. You're beating them to just give them away because you don't care. They mean nothing to you. You want theirs. Again, this is sick.
It's a whole. I mean, how long are we talking here? We're talking.
Well, so far, according to the time, we were talking an hour, 19 minutes.
I meant in terms of like from the start of Pokemon. We're talking a was that 30+ year?
And see, well, no. Pokemon's been around since, 1996.
Okay, so less than 30 years. So we're
20.
Okay.
20. And don't tell me slavery isn't part of this franchise, because it is. The Pokemon have to do your bidding. And there's symbolism here too some of the Pokemon who only evolve when you trade. So only when you let them out of your captivity do they actually grow. Think about that. Think about it.
That's fair.
Mind blown. I'm telling you, people, you don't see it, but it's all there. I saw it from day one. And do you all listen to me? No, and you're still not.
You saw this from day one?
I saw this all from day one. I did extensive research for you people from the first generation playing these games and capturing these animals. And you know what though? But I didn't buy into the hype. I used an action replay and captured the evolved versions of these Pokemon, so I didn't have to trade them. I kept them all. That probably doesn't help my case, but that's not the point.
I was gonna say, because when I thought about it, I was like, that doesn't sound like it's helping your case.
I'm just saying I'm owning it. I'm owning it. If they're gonna sit there and have me have slaves, why should I give any away? Why should any? And I know they have the option of releasing them into the wild, but then you're going against the point of the game, which is to catch them all. It doesn't say you can only have one of each. It's to catch them all. Every Pokemon in the frickin' world. That's why you breed them while you're in captivity, because you make sure you own those.
Well, hold on, but are you catching them all to keep them all? Because they don't say catch and keep them all. They just say catch them all.
The second you let one go, you don't catch. You didn't catch them all.
But you've caught it. I mean, if you've had it for a while, then you can at least say that you caught it.
Are you willing to take that risk?
I don't know. I'm just going based off of what the game is talking about.
The game is telling you all these mixed messages. Catch them all. Respect the environment.
Whoa, hold on. When did it say environment?
Well, that was Pokemon 2000. But
okay,
I'm just saying, people, it's a contradictory story that you're not even paying attention to, because you just say they're all good. How do you know? You're obviously not paying attention. So what was good? I saw Pokemon hit each other. Okay. That was the extent. Oh, and Weird Al did a theme song for the first movie. Okay, great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was necessary.
I mean, it's Weird Al. Another appealing to a mid-range demographic here. You got Weird Al. You don't even care. You're not biased. Nope. You just appeal to every age group you can.
I mean, Weird Al does pretty much appeal to every age group. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. So I guess that's you use something familiar to push the agenda.
And here's another thing. So you have to question this world too. Question it. Because for as advanced as this world is, and we know cars exist, we know boats exist, but nobody you know has one. They're in the world, but no matter how many islands you travel, nobody owns one. So, what the hell? I'm curious who's leaving these trucks around. We're obviously nobody's getting rich. That's what I don't even understand the point of money. Like, because this money's all got to go into the prostitution. Nobody's buying anything with it. Because you all live in like one-bedroom huts for the most part. No walls dividing anybody's rooms from the kitchen, from the living room, like nothing. You have one cruise ship, which is the SS Anne, I believe it was. I've seen a couple of trucks by the wayside that nobody seems to be driving. Actually, I think the only time they belong to anybody might be Team Rocket or something. Go figure. The industrialists who want for global domination actually use vehicles. Because they're not wasting their money on the prostitution.
Because they're dumb. Oh my God.
I'm just saying there's a lot of flaws with this. There's a lot that really needs to be looked at.
Oh, agreed. I agree. But like...
Yeah, but you weren't going to until I pointed them all out to you.
Well, no. but to be fair, there's some certain things in here that like I I mean, obviously, we still have to do our digging and our due diligence in it. But there's some stuff in here that I legitimately would have never even touched with a pole, with a 3 foot long pole. I wouldn't have even thought of it.
You don't have to. You just let your Pikachu. You just let your Pikachu touch it.
Well, again, but that goes on to the whole idea of the of the theory of just letting them do your slave work for you.
They
But
do. Look at Professor Oak. Even when you look at his lab, he's really not doing any of the work himself. He's either got lab assistants or the Pokemon are just wandering around free. He's not doing anything.
now, but can we also talk about the fact that he has the Pokemon walking around free?
What's
Because
that? Ash, yeah. When Ash is called, they've actually shown the Pokemon, like some of Ash's Pokemon were free running around, and they say hi to him. So think about this. Why are they already out? Why are they out and about if they weren't servicing him in some way? And I know how that sounds coming out. That wasn't initially how I meant it, but in this world, anything goes. They're obviously doing something for him around this lab. What are they? And depending on the Pokemon, the possibilities are endless. It's just.
whoa, hold on. What are we implying here?
Oh, you know what's being implied.
But depending on which Pokemon are we trying to talk about here? Which Pokemon can do anything?
He's got all the possibilities. I'm just saying, maybe he wants to play with a little bit with Ash's Blastoise, if you know what I'm saying, or
Wow.
maybe he went out and called himself a little Squirtle, or
See, I would have at least given you the benefit of the doubt if you had brought up Ditto, but
we don't talk about Ditto because that's creepy. Even he knows he doesn't need a copy of himself out there. That's dangerous for him.
I mean, to be fair, Ditto is very underrated because Ditto can literally turn into anything, and we also can't sit here and deny that Ditto is not a man-made Pokemon. Ditto has to be a man-made Pokemon.
But he's not.
You're just saying that
That's part of the Pokemon side of things, where that they have their own plans. Maybe they're ultimately plotting something and trying to counteract Professor Oak's ability. I don't know. Ditto might be the way to get a traitor into the mist, so to speak. Ditto is like the ace up their sleeve. Ditto's that wild card. You don't know what to do with because the Pokemon can abuse it. Professor Oak and his white trench coat Colt can you abuse it? Like this is no man's land when it comes to Dittos because you breed Dittos, you breed with the Dittos, and you just you're bringing up a messy topic here.
It's a Ditto is a messy Pokemon.
Ditto.
Exactly.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
He's like I wasn't prepared for us to start having this conversation about Ditto, so we can't start doing this right now.
No, we can talk about anything else about we've already covered a wide range, but you talk about Ditto, and you're going to areas. Look, you just needed a general idea of the picture this puzzle was making. You didn't need to look at every single piece. That's all I'm saying.
But I mean, to be fair though, I mean the first one. What is the first Pokemon that should be in question besides a Porygon is a Ditto. And Mewtwo obviously because Mewtwo was man-made, but if you've got a Ditto if you've got a Pokemon that just sort of goes around that can turn into anything it wants to, that raises some questions for me.
I mean, really, what you first need to find out is if more women or men own a Ditto.
Wait, why?
Because that'll tell you what they're being used for. There's a reason there's a lot of single parent families in this game.
Oh my god.
Now we know it's not Ash's mom. Again, that's where Professor Oak is coming in. Giggity. But I'm just saying, like, there's I'm telling you, this Ditto is being used by everybody. Like it's weird. Like he's being used so much by everybody that he's actually evened the playing field without realizing it for everybody.
I'm surprised Ditto isn't like a starter Pokemon that people would get.
You don't start with the Ditto. You work your way to it, and then eventually through it.
Wow.
Anyway, okay.
This is the theory behind what the purpose of a Ditto is.
Actually, Ditto is the most popular rated breeding Pokemon in the franchise. If you need to breed a Pokemon, Ditto is the quick fix. Instead of trying to get the male female versions of both Pokemon, you just shove one in there at the breeder. Ditto, boom, you're done. You got your Pokemon, and you only have to keep swapping out. Ditto gets more action than any other Pokemon.
Unintentionally.
Oh, it's intentional because you have to go to the breeder and it's intentional. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. You're choosing the partners. And that's how much you don't. That shows another way of how little you care about your Pokemon. It's bad enough you just trade them away because, who the hell cares? But you're just breeding them until you get a better Pokemon that you might like. And if you don't like it, you give it away. You just store it in a computer somewhere. Like, it's just... Or you just hope it becomes another one in the Pokemon Tower. Like, I don't understand.
Well, I mean, if it evolves, it doesn't have to necessarily die. If it evolves into something better.
But it may not have to. No, because people get so carried away with the stats of it. Does it have a high enough? When you can keep breeding for higher stats. There are hidden values in Pokemon.
Okay. I see the point you're making.
Yeah, people use them for just sex objects just to get a better one.
Oh my god.
It's like if I were to it's like me dating Katy Perry, getting her pregnant, and hoping the next one comes out looking like Katy Perry, but can sing a little better.
That's so terrible. That's so terrible.
I'm just saying. And if she does, and if she can, then you keep reading until you get the one who can sing, like who's going to bring home the Emmy Awards. I mean, don't get me wrong. To be fair, I actually do like a couple of Katy Perry songs, a couple of them, but that's not the point. I was just using her as a random example. I have nothing personal against Katy Perry.
Okay. All right. Either way.
I mean, I could easily said it's like having sex with Brie Larson and getting her pregnant and having another one and then hope the next one can come out and actually act.
Wow. That's harsh. That was ooh. Wait, hold on. Okay. Are we talking purely Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, or are we talking in general?
To be fair, I'll have to say Captain Marvel because I've never seen her in anything else.
Okay.
Captain Marvel, and actually she was fine in Avengers. I just wasn't thrilled with her in her own movie. She was mediocre.
That's a true statement.
But she's just an example. It's not to target her specifically. It was just fun, but I'm just saying, Pokemon breeding is a sick thing. because it's overused. You people don't think twice about what you're putting those poor Pokemon through. You know, they did an episode based on this in Futurama where Fry, Kif, and Zap were sentenced to death by Snoo Snoo. And you know what? They thought it was all fun and games until they just couldn't keep up.
But that's how it always happens.
But they had no choice but to keep going. I'm just saying, too much of a good thing. It's too much. It's right there. Why do people feel the need to finish that sentence? Too much of a good thing. It's right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's bad. It's bad. That's why it's called too much. I didn't say the right amount or it would be good. Why did you think that sentence was going to end any other way other than it's bad? It doesn't make sense to me, people.
I mean, some people. But the thing is I feel like if some people want it to be a good thing, then they'll just say it just because, even though they know that's not right. It's like too much of a good thing is good, right? No, it's not.
No, that's why it's called too much. You just said it was too much. Why would it be too much if it was good? You would say keep it coming. This is good. What the hell's wrong with you?
See, not everybody gets it. That's the problem.
You're not in the right world. Go to the Pokemon world. Everybody gets it. Get a Ditto.
That's the moral of the story. Just get a Ditto.
Well, that or Cyber Professor Oak, because you know who's winning.
Oh my god.
Just saying. And goodness forbid a random Ditto copies Thanos level Professor Oak. Oh shit! Somebody.
Still call this guy.
And what I don't get is what's it called? What's the move for Ditto? Mimic or copy? I don't know. Mimic. Okay.
Yeah.
Why isn't there like a retort move? Stop copying me. It seems to make sense to me.
But wait, how would one do that though? Because you can't necessarily control if a Ditto decides to copy you.
Well, if you know it's its only move, yeah, pretty much you do. And then it copies your moveset. Oh my gosh, 2 Infinity Snaps at the same time is not a good thing.
Wait, 2 what?
If Ditto Thanos Oak snaps and regular Thanos Oak snaps.
Oh god.
I'm just like, if they're only gunning for 50% of the universe, but they both snap, does one outdo the other, or is just the whole universe just done?
I think at that point, the universe, because in their mind, they're not, again, at least based off of Thanos' initial idea, he didn't choose specifically who was going to die. He just said 50%.
Sure.
So,
to be fair, though, I don't know if their snap is geared for dying, except maybe like Professor Oak was like 50% of the universe's Pokemon are now my slaves, and then Ditto Pokemon, boom, in one snap gets, he just copied because, hey, that's what he does. So now he's got 50% of Pokemon slaves. Like, how does that even work? Can a Pokemon – Mewtwo is the only Pokemon who was a Pokemon master at one point. I don't know if that's legal. But then again, I forgot legality plays roles into this.
See, it again comes back to legality.
What kind of sick world has actually constitutional-based rules about this? Only humans can subjugate animals. It's not fair if the other animals do it. It's encroaching on our territory. Really? All right. We've gone on for an hour and 40 minutes. And I know you guys are on the edge of your seats, still mind blown, okay? I know some of you are probably just brain dead coma now because you just couldn't process everything I was telling you because it's just so overwhelmingly like, what? You're so shocked. So shocked. I get it.
There's a lot in here.
This almost was not a two-way conversation tonight because it took a while for him to be able to wrap his mind around this.
What are you
There were several days of prep work to get to this point. Okay, I understand. I'm not heartless. But guys, please do yourselves a favor. Stop. Don't give Oak any more Infinity Stones. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you saw what you saw in Avengers what happened. You're gonna have to wait 5 years to fix it. Just don't. Stop abusing animals. Stop. Global warming is a result of Pokemon. I'm telling you. This is. You all think it was a joke. You just did whatever you want. You went out, found some rare animals, threw balls at them. You ruined the ecosystem. Now the global warming's happening because nothing's balanced. It's all related. It's all related. Stop.
It's all interconnected.
Get help.
Get help.
See a shrink if you have to. Sell your Switch if you have to. Do what you got to do to stop abusing and giving power to the wrong people.
What are you doing?
Don't question me. You've already been impressed by how much I've revealed to you people. Don't question it now. Go with it. It's okay. It's okay. Go get some NyQuil so you can sleep easier tonight. Because I know it's going to be a lot. You need to slow your mind down.
You sound like Professor Oak now.
Let the tears out. Wow.
Let the tears out.
Let the tears out. Get the cry out so you can begin the healing process.
Wow.
Hey, I could be empathetic, okay?
Look at you.
Please do. I'm awesome. But anyway, guys, I'm Card Dreamer. He's not talking.
I am surprised.
Well, that'll work.
I am surprised as to how far down the rabbit hole we just went.
Oh, it's not even a rabbit hole anymore. We've just done tunneled through the earth, and we're on our way back for the third time.
That is actually what it feels like. It feels like we just tunneled through, and then we were like, "Oh, we made it," and then we were like, "You know what? Let's see if we can climb our way back out of this." I think we sort of did, not completely, but we started to. Partially.
It's true.
Oh man, that was good. That was good. I surprised myself.
I know you were not expecting to come into this and learning something.
I was not.
See that, people? I educate. Because this is referring to another conversation I've had with him. They don't pay me to be wrong.
That.
They don't. I'm never paid to be wrong. They get mad if that ever happens, so they don't pay me to be wrong. It's fact. Anyway.
That was good.
Thanks. I'm Card Dreamer of D-Class.
And I am Demi-Human.
And until next time, take it easy.